Howdy, this is Marisa with Marisa Moments. So I'm just going to keep going with the hypersensitive being and the signs and symptoms, right? Of course, we've all talked about, or most of us have discussed or talked about the fact that maybe you think about somebody and they instantly call or text or pop up on your feed in social media, right? Superpowers. Let's see, what else do we have here? Sense of smell, of course. Now, I've mentioned that before, but let's get a little bit deeper, because some things that I used to maybe enjoy will make me legit gag, and things that, and it can happen in an instant, right? Like there is a certain spread for sandwiches, right? Where I open up the jar and it smells like vomit to me. And I've done it so many times. It should, in theory, smell like something else, but to me, it smells like vomit. Yeah. Also, there are certain shredded things that come in a bag. When I open that bag now, it just smells like BO, right? And here's the thing, right? That doesn't necessarily prevent us from actually having it anymore. But I think that's also a sign from spirit to say, this is what you no longer need to have in your life, in your realm of existence. That's why in certain conversations, like I've mentioned before, you no longer connect with the words, and you just can't even hear it. You can't process it. It just doesn't sink in. That's spirit's way of saying, maybe you need to entertain conversation elsewhere, right? Or try to figure out how to get on. No, spirit's like, no, don't try to get on their wavelength, because they need to come up to yours. Now, if that's the situation and circumstance, because there really is no up, there is no down, there is no better, there is no worse, there's none of that, right? It's just, we connect with who we connect with. And oftentimes what I receive is that we try to force that connection, and that's when there is a blatant disconnect, right? But that's also signs and symptoms. What I heard this quote the other day, and they said, the world didn't change, you did. Right? So I want us to reflect on that, because we're tapping into our divinity. We're starting to acknowledge things. That's why we're seeing so many more synchronicities, so many more like specific insects that we've never seen before, or hearing things, right? I've lived in my home for almost a year now, and I would see planes, but I didn't hear them. And now I'm starting to hear them, right? Just different sensitivities. We start to be able to enter into the realm and the plane of the plane. Let's keep going.